Hi, my name is Graham Ezzy, and I'm in Hamburg, Germany, joined by Sarah-Quita. Sarah needs no introduction. She is one of the best windsurfers ever in the sport with 17 world titles, and she's still going. Sarah, where are you at the moment?
Hey, good morning, Ezzy. Graham. Sorry, one more time. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
Good morning, Graham. I'm in Aruba right now. Yeah, been here for the past 4 months. It's the longest I've been home in the last 10 years or anywhere for this long. But it's been great. I've been sailing so much because this is the season for wind. And I've been able to do everything. I've even been wave sailing, freestyling a lot, slalom. So it's actually been a really, really good time being home.
How is the wave sailing in Aruba?
Yeah, so it's not as frequent, but also it's way more frequent than I thought it was. Uda was here to visit me, and we trained together, and we kind of figured out this spot on the south side of the island, which I never would drive to because it's a 30-minute drive, which is far from the island. But we've actually been there a couple of times, and we figured out on a certain swell and direction, it works really well. So it kind of felt a bit like sailing in Tenerife.
Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah, it was a bit unexpected, but I think we had like 5 or 6 really fun sessions.
Mm-hmm. So you've mastered all the disciplines in windsurfing. Do you have a favorite?
That's the thing in windsurfing. I don't think you will ever master any discipline. I've reached a certain level in all disciplines, and that's I'm really excited about that. But in freestyle, I will always want to keep on improving. And wave sailing, I feel like I still have so far to go. There's so much variety and conditions and turns that you can do on different types of waves. So I love all disciplines. For slalom, I just really like competing in slalom because the rush is like, it's uncomparable. I also really like light wind slalom because when you wouldn't get planing on freestyle and wave gear, you get planing on slalom, and that's the core feeling of windsurfing, just like blasting across the water, and that's what I love about light wind slalom.
But
Then freestyle.
you've had some years where you haven't competed, right? In slalom.
So when I was studying in Holland, I didn't do the full tour. I would just do one event. Then I did the full tour for about 3 years. And then the past 2 years, I've also skipped the full tour. I just did a couple, like one event a year.
And why
Just
was
to,
that?
yeah, just to give myself a bit of a break because I was competing in all 3 disciplines. And I just found myself scrambling from one event to the next, switching from one discipline to the next, which is hard. Like, as you know, like when you compete in waves, you like pose, so you go there a month before to get ready. It's hard, and then it's hard to like go to an event maybe 1 week before, and you have to switch a discipline, even get used to the gear and everything. So I felt like that was taking too much energy, while I just wanted to improve, and I felt like I wasn't improving necessarily in waves and freestyle. So I decided
Yeah.
to take a break from slalom, and yeah,
And
it's been, I mean, it worked out good for me.
you're one of the only modern competitors who approaches all three disciplines. In the past, for people who know the history of the sport, that was the norm. You know, the guys like Dunkerbeck and Kevin Pritchard, you know, they were doing all the disciplines. They were doing waves and slalom especially, but even the freestyle events. And the focus was on that overall. But then in the last 20 years, windsurfing's become so specialized and so focused. And it's so cool to see that you're not just doing all the disciplines, but excelling in them. Yeah, it takes a lot of.
Yeah, the thing is, I just love the sport as a whole, and I'm lucky that I'm able, like here at home, I can do freestyle and slalom quite easily. Like we have perfect conditions for that, and I did that as a kid. And later on, I had to travel more for wave sailing, and it's just that I really love all the aspects of all the different disciplines. It is very specialized, like you said, and I guess not everyone is able to like to perform at such a high level in all 3 disciplines is quite hard. But I just do put a lot of energy and time in all of
Do
them.
you find that they can help each other? Like, do you learn things from slalom that help you in the waves, or in the
Yeah,
waves
so
in
much.
freestyle?
So much. I think the first thing, because I kind of moved from freestyle to slalom, and what helped me there is that I'm very agile on the gear. Like I know where my sail is gonna go if I fall. If I'm jibing in a wrong position, I can correct it, or so I have good awareness of where I am on the water during slalom contests. And then from slalom, it taught me how important it is to tune your gear. So then like for my freestyle gear, I try to make sure to have everything on point. even like base positioning, straps positioning, like that also from slalom also moved over to waves and freestyle. So I'm pretty particular about my gear setting. And then waves, it's that's also very different. You just need you need knowledge of how the wave works. So that I'm still working on that. But again, freestyle helped me in ways to learn the tricks quicker, like back loops and push loops and stuff. And yeah, waves is the hardest one for me because it's also quite scary to go very high or to hit a big lip. So that's it's a challenge, but I think they all help each other. Yeah.
Yeah, exciting. So we've got a race from last year, which is a very exciting slalom race.
Yeah.
That you end up winning. It's a tough fight, and you managed to really pull ahead. I want to get into that clip, and so we can watch the footage. So let's watch that now. All right. So we are watching this heat from Denmark. Yeah. What is going through your head when you're heading towards the start?
Hey, at this point, just the adrenaline starts pumping. It's like 5 seconds before the start and you just want to nail it. And I did not nail this start. As you can see, I'm like came across the line in about fourth, so I have some catching up to do. And I think there's Uda, Lena, and Delphine that are ahead of me.
So what's in your head? So you've got the adrenaline. You're a little bit off on the start. What are you thinking? Are you nervous because of that, or what's going through your head?
I mean, the green flag is up, so it's just go time, you know? And at that point, it's just whoever makes it to the mark at first. And I see Lena ahead of me. And before colliding there with Delphine, I was sure I was going to catch up to her.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, she came down on me. But I guess she didn't see me because I was in between Uda and Delphine.
Have you crashed? Have you had collisions before on the course?
I've never had a collision like that before. Luckily, neither of us fell down. Like I held on. The thing is, I think we're both very good at what we do. Mm-hmm. It was good that she didn't drop her sail on top of me so that I could stay on my feet. So as soon as we collided, you know, I thought usually it's over, but at that point, I guess I just said, you know, might as well just give all you got. And I pumped as hard as I could and I went to the first mark. And yeah, from there.
And so now you're fourth coming into the second mark. Do you have a sinking feeling? Are you sad that you're not in front, or are you just focused on getting to the lead? And if that is the case, how do you do that?
Total focus. Like as soon as I collided, and I started pumping, this tunnel vision set in. So I jibed the first mark, and from then on, I just put my sights on the next person in front of me. Not per se the first rider, but the one that's ahead of me. Mm-hmm. So I came into the second mark, and I think I overtook Uda there.
Yep.
On this straight right now, I based off of my speed, the way I was going, I felt like I could make it to the mark before Marion. And my strategy here is just to have the shortest course from the first mark to the next.
Right.
So then I think I managed to catch up here with Marion, and I go inside of her. I think my jibe is quite wide, but it was important for me at that point to just jibe ahead of her.
Right.
To make the jibe. And once I made it at that point, I felt like I could catch up to Lena as well. Like I knew it in my mind, and that's all I was focused on. I didn't catch her on this straight, but right before the jibe in my mind, I was like, okay, I got this race.
And so what are you doing with the gear? Are you thinking about what's happening with the gear, or are you just so focused that your body is reacting without your mind?
I'm not thinking about my gear at all. I think all I'm doing is doing the best I can to just to make up for lost ground. So by the end of the race, my heart rate is sky high. My arms are they're so tight, you know, from holding on to the boom and stuff. So I think just physically, I compensate for, yeah.
Wow. And so then with such an exciting finish, such an amazing race on your part, both mentally and physically, where you come back from a bad start to win the race. What's then going through your head? What's going through your head right before you cross the finish line? And then what's going through your head afterwards?
Yeah, it's right before the finish line in my mind is I can't believe this is happening. I couldn't believe I managed it. Then I crossed the line, and as everyone knows, I'm always yelling if I win a race. It's just total elation and excitement, and you know, that's what I race for, just for those feelings. It's such a rush. So yeah, when I cross the line, like, yeah, it's just total. Also, like, not relief, but just all this, the adrenaline just like leaves your body, and it's then you feel like, yeah, how intense it was actually.
And then how soon are you hungry to win again? How long does that satisfy you?
I mean, this win particularly was so satisfying because it just, you know, it just came from behind and I managed to win it. So I'm still going on that thing. Like, I won't forget that
Yeah,
race. But, as soon as the next race starts, all I want to do is make sure I finish in first again. So I think between this heat and the next one, it's an hour before we go again. So
right,
then we
right.
reset and go.
Do you have any rituals that you do before a solemn heat to help you prepare?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music. I feel like I'm pretty easygoing.
Hmm.
Like before the heat, I just try to get like this happy, excited
Hmm.
feeling going. So I have this pretty fast-paced music to get me going. I'm by myself very often. Like, I don't mingle too much with other people during the heat. But as soon as I go to the water, I know not everyone likes it, but I do like joke around with people, and I'm just
Yeah,
excited to leave, you know. So I'm not fully focused. As soon as the flag goes up, I don't interact with anyone anymore. But right before, I'm still just having a good time and just like excited.
yeah, cool. And what comes next for you? What are your plans for this year?
Um, I mean, it looks like, yeah, most of the events are canceled. So I'm lucky that I've been able to train a lot here.
Hmm.
I might head over to Europe somewhere in August because there are some events that I would like to attend. And yeah, it's a bit hard to say what to do at the moment. If the borders are open, I still would like to make a trip somewhere so I can do some more wave sailing because I haven't had
Hmm.
much of that yet this year. Like, I would have been in the Canaries about 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to catch up on that a bit, and yeah, it just really made me appreciate the life we have as windsurfers, just being able to travel everywhere and enjoy different countries. So like, I can't wait to get back to that again. Like, I
So,
will appreciate it even more now.
right. And so if we're competing again in 2021, what are your goals?
So I feel like I'm almost ready to get back on the slalom course again.
Mhm.
So I might be doing the full slalom tour again. I don't know about foiling, but if I'm there anyway, I might as well. And just for the experience, I think it's very important. Freestyle will still be my main focus. Waves will still be my main
Mhm.
focus. I just want to improve and get better. And yeah.
What are you working on right now in the waves?
Yeah, so waves, my main goal is just to get more comfortable in bigger conditions.
Mhm.
So, you know, I like small technical ways that you can just like push the water out of the ocean, but as soon as the wave gets big, there's a bit more consequence to it. And I just want to get the technique for still doing a big turn on a big wave.
Right.
Um, so yeah, like that would mean spending more time in Maui, maybe travel to places like Cabo Verde just to push the boundaries for myself a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
exciting.
Jumps also, like the doubles, I've tried them a couple of times, but it's time I nail them, you know. So
Yeah.
there's still so much to do.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things with the sport. Like you said at the beginning,
Yeah.
there's always something to learn. Always.
Yep.
Never stops. Learning never stops. It keeps it exciting.
Yeah, it's the
Well,
greatest.
thank you so much for joining us. It's great to watch this heat, great to listen to your insights, and I wish you the best for the rest of the year. And we really look forward to seeing what comes next for Sarah-Quita.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Can't wait to see everyone on tour again. I miss you guys.